I'm myras, and I'm a grad student here at UNCW, and I'm doing this my second year now in Writers in Action. And an interesting memory I have is walking into Miss Oakley's first class, my first day in September, and seeing over 30 kids. This was in comparison to last year where I had 8 in another school. And then Miss Oakley said, oh, and I have another class with even more right after. So it was a little intimidating for me to start, but I wasn't intimidated for very long. Miss Oakley has been awesome in allowing me to just have free reign and do really interesting projects with these kids. And these kids have been amazing. Sitting here before you, out of over 60 students, I can honestly say is the best 14 here. Oh, we have another entry. So yeah, these writers are amazing, and as family, parents, grandparents, and friends, you should really be proud of them. They've worked really hard on their own to work on these assignments, and I'll let you know what you'll be listening to. The assignment given in January, after a semester of just one-off fun projects, I meet with them every Tuesday mornings, I decided to challenge them just a little bit more and give them a longer project. And it started off, one of my former classmates who graduated had the brilliant idea of doing a knockoff on fairy tales. So take your normal fairy tale and give it a modern twist. So I gave them that same assignment just to get the juices flowing in writing a story. And their assignment then turned into, if you love your fairy tale and you love your story, you are going to keep working and revising that story, letting them know that the first draft is not the last draft. There's going to be lots and lots of iterations. Or if you are completely anti-fairy tale and want nothing to do with it, you could write your own story. Or poem, as you'll see a few students here wrote poetry, which is actually my genre concentration, so I was excited. So you have a mix here of original stories, original fairy tales, and poetry. And what we did is we did mini workshops, which is what we do a lot here at UNCW, where each student read to their class, and in turn the class was able to give feedback, both constructive feedback as well as things to improve upon. And they were each given the task of go home, take the week, keep working on it. And so this is the final results. And I'd like to just take a moment to give these kids, even before they start, a round of applause. Before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you to Tim Bass and UNCW for hosting the event, to Miss Oakley for being just overall awesome, to the kids here for being great students, and if not interested in writing, at least doing a really good job of faking being interested in creative writing. My classmates, who the little surprise today is you're going to get a taste of some of the stuff that we're working on. Two of my classmates will be reading some of their work, so it gives you a taste, and the kids a taste for what graduate level work is. And finally, I just wanted to thank my husband in the back filming for also being all around awesome. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started with the evening. Like I said, a little surprise, we're going to start off with some UNCW graduate students. First up, we have Adam McClellan. Adam is entering his third and final year, 3-year program here for graduate students. And is, in my opinion, and I'm sure many of my classmates would say, a pretty awesome poet. His poetry is some of my personal favorite, and it contains a lot of strength and beauty that I respect and admire, so I hope you enjoy hearing from him. Adam?
Tim was right. This is a big night. And I usually don't get nervous, but having all these poets in the front 2 rows staring at me, now I'm kind of shaky up here. But I figure it's okay to be nervous. So I didn't know what I wanted to read for this, and then I picked 3 pieces, short poems. Can you guys hear me? 3 short poems. And each one is kind of a prompt. So I figured if I read these to you, maybe explain them a little bit, then you guys could take these poems, or at least the idea of them home, and maybe try your hand at poetry if you want. This first one easy way, I think, to enter a poem is to just go to a specific place. Go to a specific place, well, like we're about to. Let's just put that way. So this is, does not have a title right now, but I call it In the Aquarium. Gemma's a little girl there. Gemma is 4 and doesn't go to school yet, so we take her to the aquarium with us. She says, fish touch water like birds touch the sky, and it's true. So we sit for a long time watching them, wondering what mechanisms drive the slivers of the sea, brushing against each other. The ripples on the surface and in the waters below are born of the same current which could push us together. Later today, I'll return home alone to find your perfume, a form of you, but bodiless, patiently waiting in the hallway, and I'll follow it somewhere to a place I never find. So that was just a simple going to the aquarium experience, and if you go someplace, you bust out a poem. The second one, this one's called Turumba. There is a Spanish poet who has kind of a fake friend, and he travels around with him. So one way you can enter a poem is by pretending you're talking to someone. Maybe they can't exist, maybe it's someone that's just a pretend friend. And you can go on an adventure or travel somewhere and see where they take you. So this one's called Turumba, and this is my version. Turumba, it's late. Our shadows have been replaced by the dust that falls from our clothes. Something's still pulling at the earth behind us as we wander. Me alone, you with your guitar. Tonight we have found a vineyard to sleep in, and under the dark aroma of vine and leaf and grape, I dream a piazza is unfolding around me. High windows glazed with uneven glass distort the face of a woman close to the pane, her cheeks highlighted with morning light. You will not sleep, Turumba. You will count each star before they hide in the sky's blue house. You will strum your parched strings, touch the broken pearl inlays spangled on the wood neck of your guitar, the metallic shiver of your fingers brushing brass, the nocturnal pluck, rise, resonance. It's your song, Turumba, that weeps long enough for the stars to dissolve into their dim light, long enough for the dust to settle in the winding streets and for a woman to come downstairs into the piazza where I can see her face clearly as she says my name.